Hi guys, I'm Emily Cupelli, and today's video is very exciting because it is part of the Curly Q's Cake Smash video hub, where Tara is celebrating her YouTube channel's 1-year birthday, as well as her 5,000 subscribers milestone. The video hub is from today, July 15th, until July 17th, so make sure to leave a comment below this video to enter the giveaway where you can win 1 out of 5 different prizes from amazing sponsors. Now let's get into the tutorial. First of all, I started using my Happy Hobby stamp sets from Gerda Steiner Designs. I stamped the images I wanted to use using my archival ink in jet black on a piece of Strathmore watercolor paper. Then I wet all the background and started adding my colors. For my colors, I am using my distress inks in Tattered Rose, Worn Lipstick, Victorian Velvet, and Shaded Lilac. As you can see, I am doing some horizontal strokes, since I wanted it to look like a dreamy cloudy sky. I started from my lightest color, adding it to pretty much all of the background, and then I added the darker colors, using them just here and there. For the shaded lilac color, I changed to a flat brush to give it a bit more of the defined look. Again, I am using my distress ink with some water. Once I was happy with my sky, I went ahead and took the happy birthday stamp, and as you can see, I cut it in half, since it was gonna be much easier to use this way. I did this very slowly and carefully to make sure I would cut only in the middle of the words and not across any of the letters. This way, I can mount it again in a horizontal way if I want that for another card, but I can use it in a vertical way like I am doing in this card. To stamp the sentiments, I used the archival ink in jet black again. As I just said, I wanted a very dreamy and pretty sky, so I decided to add some gold splatters to it, and for this I had to mask my images. Anyway, since I am going to do some very quick and simple splatters, I don't need a perfect mask for them. So I simply took the stamps after I cleaned them very well, since I didn't want to smudge all that black ink everywhere, and after cleaning them, I aligned them on top of the images and the sentiments, and then I took my tarnished brass distress stain and diluted it with water. Now I am simply using my watercoloring brush to add the splatters to my panel. You can tap it with another brush or with your finger, however you prefer. To color the balloon, I am using the shaded lilac distress ink and some water along with my watercolored brush. I love using the distress inks as watercolors. Although they are not exactly watercolors, they give me a really pretty result, which I absolutely love and use a lot in my cards. As you can see, I am adding more color until I am happy with the result. For the bunny, I used the antique linen distress ink. I am adding the color along the edges of my image, and then I am blending it into the whole bunny. For the ears and nose, I used the Tattered Rose distress ink. Once I finished all my coloring, I cut a piece of acetate in the same size that my watercolored panel, and aligned them together, secured them with some masking tape. If you have an StazOn black ink, you can simply use it here to stamp your images. And that probably would have been much easier, but since I do not have any StazOn ink, which I can use in the sleek surface of the acetate, I decided to simply use my superfine tip Sharpie marker in black. I'm using my marker to trace all over my images. For the sake of the video, I sped it up, but I went very slowly and carefully all over the outlines of my balloon and bunny. This doesn't have to be perfect, but it should match the images as much as possible to get the full effect of the card. Once I had all my images traced, I placed my acetate on top of a white cardstock. This way I can see exactly how it looks, and I can go back over any line that needs more definition. In my particular case, I decided to go all over my images again and make them a little bolder and more even, but you could just leave it like that if you like it. Now I took a white strip of glittery cardstock from DCWB and folded it in half as you can see here. I added some score tape to the top of my acetate panel and stick it to the glittered strip. Again, I aligned the acetate with the watercolored piece, making sure they were perfectly aligned and they wouldn't move. Also added another piece of score tape along the other edge of my strip. Once they were aligned and secured, I pressed the glittered strip against the watercolored piece. My camera didn't record it, but I also added another piece of score tape to the center of that glittered strip and closed it to make sure the acetate would stay right against the watercolored piece. Here I made a quick and easy pocket for my panels. As you can see, my panels fit perfectly inside the pocket. Since earlier I cut the panels more than I should have, I decided to use some cord as the stopper. I sticked a piece of embroidery floss on the bottom of my watercolored panel using some masking tape. Now with another piece of masking tape, I am sticking together the ends of the cord. Notice that I was holding the masking tape upside down, so that when I closed the pocket, the tape along with the cord would stick to it. Then I used another little piece of masking tape to make sure they would stay in place. Here I noticed that I was able to see the masking tape from the back of the card, so I simply decided to cover it with a piece of washi tape. Actually, next time I would leave my panels longer so that I do not see this part from the back. Also, since I added the score tape to the middle of the glittered strip of cardstock, it doesn't go all the way into the pocket. Now to transform my pocket into a letter card, I simply scored the line on the top of another panel, added some adhesive above that scored line, and stick it to the back of the pocket. And here is my magic card all finished. Here you can see the amazing effect you get when you slide it up and the images start getting color. This is a really fun card and it wasn't that hard to make. Also, I really love how the coloring turned out. I think it looks very sweet and pretty. Don't forget to leave your comment below this video, not on the blog post. And even though I am the last in the blog hub, I will leave the links to the other channels in the description box, so that you can leave a comment in all of the videos in case you missed any of them. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed yet. Once you make sure you finish the blog hub, here are 2 more cards that you might like and a plan with me video in my planner channel. Thank you so much for watching and for joining us in this amazing blog hub, and I'll see you next time. Bye!